My name is Don James, and I started this golf tournament with Bob Selman 25 years ago.
My name is Bob Selman. I started the SCT&I tournament, myself and Don James. He was the one that talked me into it.
My name is Christopher Goss, and I was chairman of the South Central Trucking Industry Golf Tournament for a few years.
My name is Hugh Sutherland. I joined the committee right back at the very beginning, and actually I was volunteered into it by my new boss. I'd started a new job, and I just never left.
My name is Ron Popov. I became a member of the SCT&I 24 years ago. I was volunteered by my boss, and have been here ever since. Even if I want to quit, I can't.
My name is Debbie Clark, and I worked on the SCT&I committee since 1997, when it was first set up for the New Century campaign.
My name is Brent Ashby. I'm a partner at KPMG in Kamloops, and I've been on the committee for about the last 20 years. I was a tournament chairperson for a number of years and still actively involved on the committee and looking after sponsorships or whatever needs to be done on the day of the event.
Everyone's smiling right here.
My parents, Art and Norma James, were great supporters of the foundation. In 1996, unfortunately, I lost my dad, and as a family, we were trying to think of what we could do to keep that good work that he had done for all those years. So I talked to Bob Selman, and after discussions, he suggested, how about a golf tournament? He thought maybe we could raise $5,000, and I don't think a day passed and we already had our first big sponsor. So based on that, kind of gave us some enthusiasm to carry on with it.
Don didn't play golf, so he got me involved, and the initial idea was getting the truck dealers involved, the suppliers involved, the contractors involved.
He pushed really hard to have every one of the truck dealerships represented, and he had the competing tire companies, competing finance companies, competing insurance companies. There were some people who were bitter enemies that were in that room, and they all came together for the cause.
Every one of us will benefit one way or another from being on the committee, doing different things, because all of us are going to eventually get to the hospital. This is one of the bigger things as a group of people we can do.
The hospital serves everybody, so it was sort of an obvious charity event that fit for everybody.
The hospital itself touches everybody's life. It's important to all of us. If it wasn't there, what would we do?
It's not really a golf tournament.
I mean, it is a golf tournament, but it's a social event and a fundraiser. That was always up front. You know, it was never a hidden thing.
You try to convince somebody to come in, and you find out that they were a serious golfer, then you have to sort of backpedal a little bit and go, well, it's a golf tournament, but it's less about the golf. We're out there having fun, but you know, you might be partnered up with somebody who has actually never played golf.
We had a couple of professionals playing it. But that's kind of funny, because what were they competing for? A couple of $100.
Bob and them, they devised this great handicap system. So if you were a 2, now you're probably a 30. So to say it was a tournament, it was a fun day.
It's not really about the golf itself. It's about, you know, raising money for the hospital foundation, obviously, first and foremost. What I really remember was we had this place, you know, in the clubhouse here after just packed. You could barely move. There were so many people in here, and the laughter and the energy there was in the room.
At the beginning, it was kind of loose, and, you know, the alcohol flowed fairly freely. And I remember one time we eventually shut things down at about 3:30 in the morning when we were arm wrestling out on the deck. We had problems trying to figure out who it was that broke the table. But they eventually came forward, and we paid for it.
We planned the one year to have $1 million hole-in-one. So we had our contestants lined up. We had the insurance company have a representative out here by the green. Everyone had gone out to watch the event and watch people shoot for $1 million. And we get out there and there's no golf balls. Not sure whose fault that was, but we'll maybe blame it on Shannon.
Some of the suppliers would come and put a tent up next to a tee box, and people could go in and get a drink. Mixed all kinds of different beverages, because this team would probably do margaritas and the other guys would do tequilas.
About 4 years ago, we got stuck at the 16th hole. Earl's had a tent set up where they were serving cranberry martinis, crantinis. The fellows from James Western Star thought this was a great opportunity. Sort of camped out there for about 3 hours. It caused quite a backup.
Sometimes 16's a bit of a logjam for obvious reasons.
One of my favorite memories of the golf tournament was after the first year, when everything was finished, everybody had headed home, and we sat down and added up how much we had made. We couldn't believe from our original $5,000 target that we're well into the $60,000. We were all blown away.
In 2007, when they hit the million, I mean, that was unbelievable. The closer we got to that milestone, nobody wanted to quit until they hit that million. And then I still hear committee members saying, I can't quit till we hit the 25 year, you know, and they're so dedicated to just making this work.
I was here when we made our first $1,300,000, and that was a big deal, huge. I was so proud when I went home. I think everybody was.
The million one seemed to take forever to get there, but the 2 million one actually came, I thought, fairly quickly. I was quite surprised at that.
Those are, significant milestones when you really think about it. It's just amazing to hit those marks of, $1 million, $2 million. And, hopefully now we're moving towards the $3 million mark, which would be another huge milestone.
The South Central trucking industry's success was because of the giving of the people within the trucking industry and this community.
You can't ever run something like this without the people, without the committee, without the driving force.
It was originally supposed to be a 3-year event, and it's just continued to go year after year because it's such a successful event. And, raising over $2 million for the foundation is just unbelievable, and how many pieces of equipment that this tournament has helped purchase for the foundation and for the hospital.
I think the key to success to keep the tournament going is to keep it fun. Everybody that shows up knows where the money goes. I think everybody knows that sometime either we'll need the hospital or somebody we love, and that's what kind of keeps everybody driving and keeping going, and I hope to see that happen in the future.
The SCT&I golf tournament is the biggest golf tournament in Kamloops, and it brings such a wonderful group of people together from the South Central trucking industry. So it's great to have you. You guys all know each other, men and women who have worked together in this field and have come together to support the hospital. And I'm truly sorry I'm not here because I enjoy meeting with you and talking with you. I want to say thank you to the committee who has put this together, and some of them have been here for 25 years. And I want to thank the volunteers, and I want to thank all of you golfers. You have all raised so much money for equipment and programs that we need in the hospital. So here's to another 25 years. I will see you next year.
Charity golf tournaments don't typically have long histories. The fact that we've gone for 25 years is a testament to all of these corporate sponsors, volunteers, and committee members who have made it all possible. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to everybody who's taken part.
Happy 25 years!